I can honestly say I'm sort of built for this.
Now, back to Willard and Dibs on 95.7 The Game.
Well, seems not everybody would agree.
No, he's built for it. Do you want me to read his resume again? Up next, Mark Grandy and the best of.
Well, he was...
He's built for it.
When he says he's built for this was public criticism.
Well,
being dragged through the mud at a press conference.
I think what he really means is he's built for this, being this coach in this business, and he's built for it. He's
not built for this system, though.
He's built for this business. He's had 15 jobs.
Yeah, built for the business.
15 different places in 28 years.
He's not built for what Fred Warner does. He's not built for what Nick Bosa does or Chase Young does.
Maybe if they would have did it his way, they would have won the Super Bowl. 888-957-9570.
Yeah.
Speaking of my way.
Steve has a conference call at 5 o'clock where he's going to announce that Kyle Shanahan is not being retained. I called Kyle and let him know that I'm not working with him next year either.
Well, you know.
I didn't want you anyway.
Steve, if he did it his way, maybe they'd be holding the Lombardi.
Maybe.
I doubt it.
No. All right, Danny Green's going to join us in like 14 minutes. How about Jonathan in the city? Hi, Jonathan. What are you doing?
Hey, just waiting for my son to get over with his dental appointment.
Oh, good luck.
You know what needs to go? It's not the coach, but I mean, there's has to be a scapegoat. I don't even get it. What needs to go is the wide 9 scheme. That needs to go, man. It gives me a headache seeing a defense giving up that much space in the middle. I thought the game in the defense is to not give any space, so I don't get that. And if I may, just to get this off my chest, I think I already know the difference between you guys had an interview yesterday, right? The difference between Steve Kerr and Kyle Shanahan. I think Steve Kerr, and I heard it from his mouth over and over again, Steve Kerr empowers his players. When push comes to shove, what does Steve Kerr do? He puts the ball in the hands of his players. It's up for them to win the game or lose the game, right? Kyle Shanahan, I think he gets over in his head and he always wants to win with his scheme. For example, at 3rd and 4, why'd you pass and play to the strength of the Kansas City's defense? Their strength is to rush the passer and defend the pass. So why'd you pass instead of asking your best run blocking squad to get those 4 yards in 3rd down and 4th down? I would have called my squad and I would have said and looked them in the eye. We're going to get this 4 yards with all our powers. We got 2 downs to do it. Get those 4 damn yards, and we're never giving back the ball to Patrick Mahomes. I thought that was the mindset.
Yeah, I can tell. Jonathan, I love you. You know I do. I'm going to be fighting about this for 20 years with people. I can already tell. The goal of a pass play is to have, schematically, people run wide open. That play worked perfectly, and Spencer Burford went the wrong way. And there's no way in hell that you would say what some of you are saying if Brandon Ayuk or Juwan Jennings were standing in the end zone shaking their butt because they had just scored a touchdown in overtime. That play was schemed up perfectly, and one of the offensive linemen left one of the best defensive linemen in the game untouched. I'm sorry, it's not on Kyle. You don't run the ball on 3rd and 4 at the end zone, especially not for those of you who want to come out and say Kyle needs to be more aggressive. I'll never understand it. He's too conservative. Run the ball on every play. No, you can't have it both ways.
Well, he's too conservative in ways. And
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
And we can play the sound about the Chiefs rejoicing in the coin toss in overtime.
But there's way too much of when they run the ball, you should have thrown the ball, and when they throw the ball, you should have run the ball. There's just too much of it for me.
That's never going to go away. Well, that's just never going to go away.
I'm never going to stop pointing it out when I hear it. Okay,
and I'm never going to shy away from being critical when I think that there are reasons to be critical.
That's fine. I'm not even talking about your criticism.
Oh, I know. It's just people in general.
Two wide receivers standing by themselves in the end zone, and we're yelling to run the ball.
Jennings had a couple of defenders near him. He was open.
Near-ish.
Ayuk was alone in the end zone.
Literally.
In the painted area.
Block.
Throw.
The
catch.
Man.
Touchdown.
Block the man.
Yeah.
And
he didn't
strike up the band.
And that's on Kyle Shanahan. So that's attention to detail.
Well, I put it on Spencer. You can put it on Kyle.
I mean, ultimately, it falls at Kyle's doorstep.
Sure,
when you don't have players make the plays that need to be made in the biggest of moments. Because when Kansas City in overtime had 2 third downs and a 4th down, they didn't have blocking issues. They had plays that Mahomes got 9 yards on 4th and 1, and Rashee Rice got 20, and Mahomes got 20.
Yep.
I mean, those were times where their guys were buttoned up, Andy's guys.
Absolutely. Jeremy Zamora on YouTube says, I'm talking about the wrong play. We're talking about 3rd and 4 in the 4th. Well, goodness, no, you're not, because if the idea is on 3rd and 4, now you're talking about the one right out of the 2-minute warning.
Right.
Okay, so the point that Jonathan made was run the ball because if you only get 2 yards, I'm going for it again. If you go for it on 4th and 2 in a tie game, in field goal range, in the Super Bowl, then you should be fired.
Right.
So, no, I'm not talking about the wrong play. FedEx Mike in the city. Hey, FedEx Mike, what's up?
Mark, Daniel, he is talking about the right play, and here's the thing. It's 3rd and 4, right, Dibs?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
It's at the 2-minute warning. This first play after 2-minute warning. How many timeouts does Casey have?
2.
They've got 2. Yep.
Thank you. We run the ball. Guess what Kansas City has to do, no matter what, if we get it or we don't? What do they have to do?
Nothing.
They burn a timeout.
No, they don't. No, they don't, because it's 4th down, FedEx Mike, and they're going to let the 49ers line up for a field goal because that's what human beings would do in field goal range.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Exactly. But then look at all the time that runs out, and they only have 1 timeout left.
No, they wouldn't use the timeout. They would let it go to about a minute 20.
Yeah.
And Patrick Mahomes would get the ball with a minute 20 and 2 timeouts, and he would be fine. He would easily still get the field goal, which is exactly what they did.
What if we run it and get the first down?
What if you throw it and get the first down? The game's over.
What if you run it and McCaffrey fumbles?
We can sit here and we can what if all day long. I think a lot of you, thanks FedEx Mike, a lot of you are acting like McCaffrey was gashing him in the 4th quarter. He wasn't. He was getting totally stonewalled in the 4th quarter of that football game.
Overtime, he had a lot of yards.
Overtime, yes. Although his biggest play was a pass play. Now, if you want to take issue with the 3rd and 4 play, and I'm looking at it right now, they break the huddle with Purdy in the shotgun and 2, quote, running backs next to him. One of them's Kittle. And then you send McCaffrey in motion, so now you have no run threat. And that, to me, was a bigger issue throughout the course of the second half of the game. I think that's a fair point.
You went empty too much.
That's a fair point.
You took away the threat of a run a lot. And in this play, I'm looking at it right now thanks to my Xfinity recording. And thank you, Xfinity, for all the great things that you do.
Hi, I'm Dan Dibley.
Well, yeah, and I'd like to get back to that, but it's been years now. Once they move McCaffrey out of the backfield, you're not going to hand the ball to Kittle in this play, so you took away any threat of a run.
No. Although, a lot of times they empty out the backfield and then somebody goes in motion back into the backfield.
Right, but not this time.
But I think that's a fair point that you make, and I really do. BPA's on the line. Hey, BPA, what are you doing?
Driving home. Hey, Dibs, how you doing?
Hey, BPA, I miss you.
Hi, I know. Me
Love
too.
you, babe.
I think the scheme fit narrative is overdone, especially for defense. I think that. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, you're doing great.
Oh, we got you.
Okay, good. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Like, that Belichick ran just as much 4-3 as he ran 3-4 in New England. The best defensive minds can run any kind of defense. They can adjust. So I think the goal should be not a incremental hire. It's go get a great defensive mind that is maybe not Kyle's equal defensively to his offense, but like go try and get a great defensive mind who's incredibly intelligent, can out-scheme other teams, because Wilks couldn't do it.
Who is that, BPA?
Wilks
you got any ideas?
It's Bill Belichick. It's Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
My man.
I mean, you do know that's like I hear you. It's
a great
fun.
hire,
you know that's not happening, right?
Can Can I game it out for you just a little bit?
Just a little bit, because we do have to go.
I know.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick didn't get hired as a head coach this year, right? So he has to kind of rebuild his brand a little bit. What better way to do it than come to the 49ers, win the Super Bowl, and then, I think he's an attractive hire the next offseason, of which he's not right now. That's pretty clear.
Yeah, I don't think that Bill Belichick, thanks, BPA, I don't think Bill Belichick needs to rebuild his brand at all. It's Bill Belichick. Everybody knows what the brand is. The issue,
the brand is if Brady, then you win.
Well,
you said it yourself.
And he's also, he's getting old. Does he still relate to players? And does he want full control of the roster? I mean, those are all fair questions.